So make sure that you're checking in and getting those done. A couple other things, I still have some of you that have not taken some tests or the quiz that we've had. If that is not done next week, it turns into a permanent 0 that you cannot make up anymore. You make sure if you have that you make arrangements that next week that needs to be figured. I have to have your mid-tri grades figured by Friday of next week. So make sure you're contacting me about that if you still need to do that. All right. And that you're looking at your grade on Infinite Campus and keeping up with that, because that is the accurate grade, because I continue to update things from different sites. Contact me if you actually do complete some activities that were marked missing so I can get them updated. They are not automatic updates. I have to manually update them. All right. Questions that you guys have for me about that? Okay, today we have plenty to get to, so we are going to get going right away. Hopefully the good news there, let me see if I can, am I sharing with you? Are you seeing my taco contento? It kind of overlaps here. So hopefully the news about this Thursday and Friday. Okay, that's the one you should be seeing. It's weird. Are you seeing my taco? It's not lighting up like it's projecting that to you, but it says it is. If you're not seeing my videos as well, let me know. We were having some video issues yesterday. So the taco is contento about this Thursday and Friday. Woohoo. All right, you can see. So contento is one of the ways of saying one of our answers to como estás. So this is just giving you a few more options here. We have worked with a little slow this morning. I'm hoping it's working. We've worked with a couple of these, but some of these are just expanding your options. Cansado or cansada, depending on if it's a guy or girl. We hope not hecho enfermo, but feliz or contento is the one here. You should be happy about this Thursday and Friday. And of course, there are a couple other options here. Más o menos, entusiasmado, woohoo, yeah, raise the roof. Enojado, hopefully that's not you this morning, or triste. All right, so we hope you are feliz or estás contento, and sometimes they will just, native speakers will chop it off a little and say, está contento? Are you happy? Our plan for today is working more with numeros, specifically with a couple things, incorporating those numbers. And la hora, which we started talking about on our last day last week, and fecha will be the new information. So we're going to review some forms of time and get you guys speaking with those right away. We hope to do a breakout and the whiteboard again that we were using. And then finally, just to have you guys repeat some of the days, months, and see how they put dates together. Your virtual assignment didn't get posted that early yesterday. So if you need some time tomorrow to do that, that's fine as well. You're going to be sharing your phone number, writing and recording your voice. I'll show you what that looks like. And you're going to fill in a Google Doc, writing some times. So you're definitely going to be working more with writing some numbers as well. Okay, I think I'm just going to do this one here. And you guys let me know how this video is coming through. So the first ones, they are just going to review for you. A reminder, if you are on Schoology and you want a good time reminder, If you go into the resources and the time, there is a new one that looks like this as well. If you want to have that out when we're completing, we'll get to the fascia later, but it has how you tell on the hour. And then around here, it has how you give them minutes. So it's color coded as well. And we've talked about the beginning, but we're going to talk about another option on the ending here. So that is the newest resource there. It's called La Hora 1, I think it is. So always, always, always welcome to have that open while we are working on this to help you out. So the first ones I'm just going to have you listen to, and then we are going to have you repeat them when they talk the second time.
Hours and half hours of the day in Spanish after me.
La una. La una y media. Las.
So just a reminder here, when we talk about that o'clock in Spanish, hours are feminine, horas. So the first one is singular, la una, and they make it feminine. And from here, from 2 o'clock on, we will say las dos, 2 o'clock.
Dos. Las dos y media.
Media is the middle of the hour when it's exactly 30. That is the most common expression they use. Treinta is a possibility as well, but much more common to just hear media.
Las tres. Las tres y media. Las cuatro. Las cuatro y media.
Feel the
Las
pattern.
cinco. Las cinco y media. Las seis. Las seis y media. Las siete. Las siete y media. Las ocho. Las ocho y media. Las nueve. Las nueve y media. Las 10. Las 10 y media. Las 11. Las 11 y media. Las 12. Mediodía o medianoche. Las 12 y media. In Spanish, you ask what time it is by saying, ¿Qué hora es?
And you're going to do this with your partner. So let's unmute right now to practice with the big group, because you will be doing this with your partner coming up. So, ¿Qué hora es? Let me hear it. Unmute. ¿Qué hora es?
¿Qué hora es?
Some of you
¿Qué hora es?
still finding the unmute button. ¿Qué hora es?
¿Qué
What
hora
hour
es?
is it? ¿Qué hora es?
Say it with me.
Okay, so repeating after him, all of these.
¿Qué hora es?
One more time. ¿Qué hora es?
Hora es.
¿Qué hora es?
Okay, you're gonna repeat the times. Now they're gonna put the as or son in front of it to say it is this time.
Great job. Now let's answer the question, ¿Qué hora es? Using our digital and analog clocks. Es la una.
Let me hear it. So we're gonna stay on unmute for a little here. Es la una.
Es la una.
You guys are seeing the screen with the times, right? Thumbs up. Or a yes in the participant bar. Okay. Good. Making sure.
Es la una y media.
Es la una y media.
Es la una y media.
Es la una y media. Okay, you're going to repeat after them. You heard them all in the beginning. Now you are saying them all.
Son las dos.
I'm waiting for you guys. Son las dos.
Son las dos.
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 Son las dos y media.
Can you hear what
Son
they
las
say?
2:30.
Okay. Or if you need me to say it again, let me know. Otherwise, you're just repeating after them. Can you hear his voice okay?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So son las 2:30. You hear him, then your turn.
Son las 3.
Son las
Las
3.
tres.
There we go.
Son las 3:30.
Son las 3:30.
Son las
Son las
3:30.
3:30.
So this is the pattern. They're going to say it. You're going to say it.
Son las 4.
Son las
Son las
4.
4.
Son las 4.
Son las 4:30.
Son las 4:30.
Son las
Son
4:30.
las 4:30.
4:30.
Son las 5.
Son las
Son
5.
las 5.
Son las 5:30.
Son las
Son las
5:30.
5:30.
Son las 5:30.
Son las 6.
We're halfway there, guys. Son las 6.
Son las 6.
Son las 6.
Son las 6:30.
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 6:30.
Son las 7.
Son
Son
las 7.
las 7.
Son las 7:30.
Son las
Son las 7:30.
Son las 7:30.
7:30.
Son las 8.
Son las 8.
Son las 8.
What comes next? Can you guess?
Son las 9.
Oh, they're going to do 8:30 first. Son
Oh,
las
okay.
8:30.
Media. No,
Son
yes,
las
8:30.
8:30. Son las 9. Son las 9:30.
Let me hear it together. Son las 9:30.
Son las 9. Son las 9:30.
Son las 10. Son las 10:30.
All right, I'm just going to hear the last one. Son las 10:30.
Son las 10:30.
Okay, we're trying to pick up the pace a little here.
Son las 11.
Son las 11.
Son las 11:30.
Now you guys. Son
Son
las
las
11.
11.
Son las 11:30.
y media. Mhm.
Son las 12.
All right, this one we have more options. So let me hear. Son las 12.
Son las 12.
Son las 12.
Es mediodía. Es
If it's
medianoche.
12, yeah.
Or for noon, you'd say es mediodía.
Es mediodía.
Es mediodía.
Shailene, if you can unmute for me. And as medianoche, repitan after them. Sorry, they'll say.
Or for midnight, you'd say es medianoche.
Es
Medianoche.
media.
Es medianoche.
So this media was middle. So think of middle of the day, middle of the night. All right.
Son las 12:30.
And I think that's our last one. Let me hear it. Son las 12:30.
Son las 12:30.
Muy bien. Subscribe to our channel for new awesome learning videos every week. Thanks.
So we are going to be adding on to that. So we were a quick little review here from Senor Jordan. We're going to see more of him, and he's going to tell us another. He'll do a quick review that we just did, even quicker than what we did, and he's going to give us an additional way that we can give time by doing a little bit of math and using the word menos. And you should be thinking about what that word minus would imply when we are talking about time. All right, it looks like minus, think mathematical in Spanish. Okay.
Hola, in this video lesson, we're going to continue with telling time in Spanish. If you remember, ¿Qué hora es means what time is it? Let's review the basic hours. Es la una, son las dos, son las tres, son las cuatro, son las cinco, son las seis, son las siete, son las ocho, son las nueve, son las 10, son las 11, son las 12. And if I add minutes, we say the hour as normal and then add the number. Son las 2:22. Son las 5:43.
Okay, so this is what we had talked about, adding minutes. So the first beginning to say it is, the green he's color coding with that short, the shorthand points to your hour, and then adding the minutes afterwards in blue, y43. Remember, each one of these little dots is a minute. So there are 43 minutes here. So we have higher numbers that we're using when we tell time this way. So because we have, these are the 30s, these are 40s, and these are 50 minutes. So knowing your numbers and in the tens numbers and in the enta as well.
Son las 10:01. And we also had two additional words for 15 minutes and 30 minutes. Son las 8:15.
This one, 15, is of course just 15. So you're correct in saying that. But we also had a quarter of an hour. Does anyone remember that? Hint, it was very close to the word cuatro, but you switched the two R and two
Quarto.
around.
Quarto.
It was cuarto. You got it. Nice work. All right, so cuarto is our
Would also be son las 8:15.
son las 8:15 is like saying it's 8:15.
Both are used and they mean the same thing. Son las 11:15. Son las 11:15.
All right, so let me hear that from you guys. Son las 11. Unmute. Son las 11.
Son las 8.
Son las 11.
11 y 15.
Y 15.
Remember the stays are 11 through 15. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So again, you can have your numbers open on your Schoology if that's helpful as well. Or y cuarto. Let me hear y cuarto.
Y cuarto.
Quarter after 11. Son las 11 y cuarto. That is your other option.
Media means half, but you might remember middle. So you could say es la 1:30 or es la 1:30. Again,
More common to hear that bottom one, and that's what we just got done practicing. Saying a half an hour with all added to those times. We added with that E, es la una. That's our small hand pointing to the one. And 30 is acceptable, but usually they're going to use it like if you want to say 31 or 32 or 33 minutes after. You're being really precise. But if it's just half an hour, they say media.
they're the same thing. Son las 7:30 or son las 7:30. Remember that media is only for exactly 30 minutes after. Pause the video and see if you can figure out how to say these three in Spanish, based on how I've taught you so far.
Okay, so we're going to go through them step by step here. If you want to jot these down, that's fine. So you're going to say the hour. It's 7. What are we going to start with? Son las, what's 7?
Son las 7.
Siete. It's kind of pixelated. It's supposed to be 7:40. 7:40. Here, I'll type it in the chat. So son las 7, and then I would add E, what's 40? Go to 4, add an enta.
40.
You got it, 40. So again, here's where your numbers, you're working a lot more with your numbers. So if you need to go over your numbers, practice those. The next one is actually 3:55. So I'll give you the digital time here. So 3:55. What we've learned so far, we'd have to say, son las 3. And what am I going to add? E. What's 55? Think of 5, 5, and add enta. Sing. Cuenta y 5. Got it. And the last one is 12, I think 46 maybe. They made it really tricky. So let's say it's 12:46. So we'd say 12, son las 12. 12. Thank you, Hannah. E, what's 40? We just saw that. 40.
Y 6.
Gracias, Savannah. All right. Y Caillou, got it. All right. So we're going to learn that there's actually an easier way maybe, because those are kind of mouthfuls to say. Son las 3 y 55. Son las 12 y 46. It's a lot. So when we look at the half of this side with minutes, when we add after half an hour, we've been adding the minutes, but a different option would be just subtract the minutes. But the key here is going to be going to the next hour up before we subtract minutes. It'd be very similar to saying it's 1:45 or it's 5 minutes to 4. So you think about the hour that it's closest to, it's 20 to 8. So that's going to be the shortcut or the alternative version that we're going to see. Let's see how we did.
Right, you should have come up with son las 7:40. Son las 3:55. Y son las 12:46.
Yay.
Now, if you don't mind a little bit of math, there's another way to do this in some places when the numbers are higher up there, similar to in English. For 7:40, if you really think about it, 7:40 is 8 o'clock minus 20 minutes. So we could say, using menos for minus, son las 8 menos 20.
There's 60 minutes an hour. So that's what he's saying. Hey, we just have less than the 60 minutes. We have 40 minutes. So we have 20 minutes less than that next hour, basically. So sorry about that. So we go to the next hour up. Son las 8, and that's the key here. You have to say 8. And then you, from 8 o'clock, you have to minus, menos, how many minutes? 20. So they say it's 8 o'clock minus 20 minutes. You see what happened? Or we'd say it's 20 to 8. So their order is just a little bit different. It's 8 o'clock minus 20 minutes. We say it's 20 to 8. Or it's 7:40. Either way is correct.
Then for the other two, 4 o'clock minus 5 minutes would give you 3:55.
So go to the next hour up, it's 4 o'clock.
So we could say Son las 4.
4 o'clock, and then we're going to minusing from that 4 o'clock 5 minutes, because this represents 5 minutes back. Or we would say it's 5 to 4.
Menos 5. Or 12:46 is really 1 o'clock minus 14. So we could say es la 1 menos 14.
And I don't know, they could have probably just put it here and said menos cuarto. You can minus a quarter of an hour as well. Or if they didn't have to be that precise. So it's 1 o'clock minus 14 minutes. It's 14 minutes to 1. A lot of times we just say it's quarter to 1. So es la 1 menos cuarto if it was 15 minutes, or menos 15 as well. So you can tell that that's just a shorter version of saying this at the top, but both of them are correct. So it's going to be more common to hear the bottom just because it's shorter, and a lot of Spanish speakers like to be shorter, just like you guys as well.
Pretty easy, right? So the original way that we can tell time in Spanish is es or son, and then la or las, and then the hour, which is the number, and then y, and then the number of minutes.
So if that's a formula that helps you and you want to jot it down, this one's good. This is the only one that's singular. The hour one uses es la 1. All the rest start with son las. 2 to 12. Say your hour number and in the minutes.
And then you could also add the time of day. For this, though, we're going to say es la or son las, and then we're going to take the hour plus 1, and then take 60 minutes minus the number of minutes in the hour.
And I don't know if he makes that look the easiest there. I say go to the next hour up, and then minus menos however many minutes it is until that hour. Okay? Questions there?
So make sure you're adding that 1 to the hour when you're doing this. And you can say it the first or second way without any problems. Although the first way might be more common in some places, the second way might be more common in other places. Well, that's it for this video lesson on another way to tell time in Spanish.
All right, so we're going to look at some of those. I'm going to take off that. All right, so we're going to look at a few of these and see what we can come up with. With the minus, so practicing the minus option. Again, knowing that there are the 2 ways of doing it, and if you can't see this very well, let me know. It's just not moving very fast today. Okay, we had started looking at some of these. I can make it bigger. Again, last week. So the first one, they keep asking, ¿Qué hora es? Which we are going to try to do as well. Not like in my Google Drive this morning. All right, so again, just imagine that it's exactly on this. I don't know why it's like one minute off. So we'd say es la 1. Now it's not quite 1 o'clock. It's almost 1 o'clock. So we're going to say, hey, it's 1 o'clock minus a quarter of an hour. So we're actually going to go to that next hour up. We could say it's 12:45. That's what we were saying earlier. But we can also say our new way, it's 1 o'clock, es la 1. And then we are going to minus menos a quarter of an hour, cuarto. You could also say menos 15. So let me hear that from you guys. Unmute and tell me es la una.
Es
Es
la
la
una
una
menos cuarto.
Menos cuarto.
menos cuarto.
Menos cuarto. You got it.
Menos cuatro.
Yep. Be careful with the cuarto versus cuatro. So watch for that. If you say menos cuatro, it's 4 minutes to 1. So it changes the meaning a little. That R and the T, they swap them around and it goes from a quarter to an hour to the number 4. So do watch for that when you spell it and when you say it as well. So 2 o'clock should have been son las dos. Now we're going to minus a quarter of an hour again. Same thing we just did. Son las dos menos cuarto. See it? Looking for patterns again is going to help you. It's going to make your life a little easier in Spanish. Son las dos menos cuarto. I might be lagging a little here for you guys, so we're just going to keep going. Son las nueve. What would I minus now? Son las nueve. Help me out. Say minus.
Menos.
I'm going to type in case I'm a little laggy here. So it gave me an internet message. Son las nueve menos. I want it, how many minutes?
Son las menos.
5 minutes to 9. So I need to say the 5. I'm minusing 5. There we go. Son las nueve menos 5. Got it? 9 o'clock minus 5 minutes. We'd say it's 5 minutes to 9. So we can minus any of the minutes on this side where the long hand or the minute hand is on this side of the clock. Son las nueve menos cuarto. And they give us a couple more like that. Go to the next hour up. What hour is it closest to? Little hand is closest to what hour? 11? How do we say that? Son las. Once. I don't know if it's me lagging a bit. And what am I going to subtract? Let's pretend it's on the 9 there. Menos cuarto. Are you thinking of it before I say it? Try to push yourself. Son las 11. Okay, so the one thing with this is I have to go to the next hour up and say it's 11 o'clock minus a quarter of an hour. Again, we're going to pretend it's right there. So if we say son las 10 menos 16 cayó, then it would be actually here with the minute or with the hour hand here, because that would technically be 9:44. And this is actually 10:44. All right. So just watch, we're going to that next hour up. And then we're back to adding minutes. So this would be just regular, it's 7 o'clock and 20 minutes. Son las 7:20. Okay, so when we have on this side, we're just going to add minutes. Son las 7:25. And this one we were practicing right away at the beginning. Son las 7:30. Questions on how we're doing these? Okay, I'm going to see if you are comprehending them a little bit. So we're going to start by you going to if you can open another window. Why did it not do that? Okay, I think we're going to try. Well, if this is this slow, then we might not be able to do it. Wow, okay. Let's change our plans because we need to be flexible. So whiteboards are going to be a no-go here. We're going to have you guys work with your partner instead. So if you want in Schoology, we're going to get you into breakout rooms. So remember, you're not going to have anything in front of you when you have that breakout room. So if you want to open up in Schoology a couple of windows, like the one with the clock, I would probably do that. And again, that is just in your resource area, the folder Para Empezar resources. Let me see if we can do that. See if I can bring this up for you. You're going to go to folder 5, week 5, and live 1, the pink folder in week 5, and you're going to see what you are going to be asking with your partner. So this is what you want to have open when you are working with your partner in your breakout room. You are going to do activity 11. This is also in your textbook. If you have your textbook, it is in, let me give you the page. Página 8, page 8. Page 8 in the textbook. So you're going to be doing activity 11 with your partner. And if you want to, there are a total of, sure, now it makes it super big. There are a total of 6 of them. So you can either take turns asking. You can decide if one of you wants to be person A. I kind of like to do person A for the first 3 and then swap. But if you want to alternate, I ask, you ask, I ask, you ask, that's fine too. But we're going to follow the model. You are person A, just ask what time is it in Spanish? ¿Qué hora es? So let me hear that from everybody. Unmute. ¿Qué hora es?
¿Qué hora es?
And you're going to look at the digital clock and you're going to answer them back. So in the model, we would say son las 10. All right, so the underline here is you have to replace your answer with what you see here digitally. And you might have more than one way of saying it, but help each other through as well. So be prepared to share out with us when you get back. Makes sense? Does anybody have questions about what you're doing? It's going to be pretty short. If you get through all 6 and want to swap roles and do the other role just for practice, because even if you ask, you need to be prepared to, when we come back to the big group, I could ask you to answer it as well. So make sure that you are practicing with each other, helping each other out as far as pronunciation goes as well. What questions do you have for me? All right, I am going to get you into groups. Everybody should have a partner, it looks like right now. And here we go. I will pop around and see how you guys are doing. Hey, ladies.
Hi.
Can I hear you guys? Do you know what you're doing?
I do.
Emma, are you
I
there?
don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have the page open?
Yes.
Okay, so who's asking? K or S?
No one. We don't know yet. I'll just ask. K or S?
Okay, so the first one's 7 o'clock. How do you say that, Emma?
Son las 7.
That's it. Okay, go for the next one, Summer.
K or S?
Mhm.
Son las 3:30.
You got it. That's all you're doing. Keep going, and it'll go quick. Hey guys, can I hear you?
Yeah.
Did we make it through all 6? Joe, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, did we ask these 6?
No.
Okay, that's what you're here to do. Because when you get back to the main room, I'm going to ask you guys to share. So, do you have your Schoology page open with the clocks?
Yeah.
Okay, who's asking first? Joe, why don't you go ahead and ask? K or S?
K or S.
Okay, Isabel, the first one's 7 o'clock. How do we say that?
Son las 7.
Son las siete, that's it. Go on to number 2. Who's asking?
Q or S?
K or S. Now, Joe, it's 3:30. How are we going to say that?
Son las 3:30.
You got it. Keep
K
going.
or S.
Shaylin, Savannah. How'd we do? Do we make it through all?
Shaylin can't find it or something.
Right. So week 5. Here's the deal. You can also just tell her what the digital clock is. So and by the way, you guys can share with each other. There should be a green share button at the bottom. So if one of you doesn't have it, see how I'm showing you my screen? Okay, I'm frozen. So we're having some connection issues maybe. But do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so use that to help you. Who's going to ask? Shaylin, why don't you ask? Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead.
K or S.
So how are we going to say it's 7 o'clock, Shaylin?
Some
Son las.
las 10.
It's higher than that. Siete. Siete.
Son las 7.
Okay, now you ask her number 2.
K or S. K or S.
You got it.
Son las 3:30.
Nice. Now you ask her number 3 and it's 1:15. Okay, so you have the ability to share your screen. Don't forget that.
Oh.
Or tell each other as well. So it's 1:15. Help each other out here.
What's the beginning of the 1 o'clock ones?
Es la.
Es la 1:15.
You got it. Bravo. Okay, it's going to go away when I leave though. So just talk to each other with what you are missing. Catherine, Caillou, how'd we go? How'd it go?
Hello.
Hey.
It was pretty easy. Very easy. We got it through pretty fast.
Okay. What did you guys come up with for number 6?
Number 6, I said it was es la una menos 10.
Nice, nice. I like it.
Yeah, we got it right.
Yes, you did. Okay, we're going to be hopping back pretty soon to the big group. So just hang tight. Think about the alternative that you could say to that as well. If you want to do the higher numbers, say it's 12 and 50 minutes. Okay?
Okay.
All right, push yourself. Ladies, do we make it through all 6?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Can I know what you said for number 6? Sorry, it looks like I'm freezing up a little maybe. What did you guys say for number 6?
Emily asked me she was person A and I was person B.
Uh-huh.
So I said, es la una menos 10.
Nice. Bravo. Es la una menos 10. I like it. Could you figure out the other way as well with the higher numbers?
Son las 12:50.
That is correct. Yep. Okay, we're going to head back. All right. I think most everybody's popping up here. Okay, a reminder that when you are in a group with somebody, if you guys aren't asking me a whole lot of questions. So when you get in a group with somebody and you don't know what to do, then you can ask them for help as well. In the bottom bar, you guys all have the ability to share your screen. So if one of you knows what it is, but the other one of you, for some reason, maybe Schoology is not working for them, you can project using that green share button. So if you've got the activity, one of you, you can put it up so both of you can see it. So don't forget that that screen share or share screen, that green button works when you are working with a partner there as well. All right, most of you, I think we're getting there eventually, but just like I share this screen with you guys, don't be afraid to share that with your partner there as well, so that you're not spending your whole time looking for the assignment. And my other advice is, try to have Zoom open and you can put it side by side. And that can be helpful if you put the Zoom screen and another window with your Schoology page, all right, for week 5. So I'm gonna try, I know my connection, it says, is a little sketchy this morning, and that's probably why we're having some issues. But we are gonna try to hear from you guys. So I have a random draw, and one of you is gonna be person A. Isabel is going to do number 1 for us. And reading the clock for number 1, answering that question, the answer to what hour it is, Shaylin. So if you guys want to unmute, Isabel is going to ask and Shaylin's going to answer for number 1.
¿Qué hora es?
Yeah. ¿Qué hora es?
Son las 10.
Okay, you're going to do number 1.
En punto.
Yeah, you could say son las 7 en punto if you want to as well. It's 7 on the dot. We haven't used that expression, but son las 7 would be fine. Okay, number 2, you're using 3:30. Asking for us. Grit. And you are asking Savannah. Grit and Savannah, unmute. Number 2, about 3:30.
K or S?
Son
Do I say
las,
that?
Yeah, that's it.
son las 3:30.
So let's trace E. What was the ending of it?
Media.
Media. Thank you, Savannah.
Media.
Media. Perfect. All right. So you can be thinking about if that's what you and your partner got as well. Asking number 3. Catherine. And you are going to be asking Emma. Number 3, 1:15.
¿Qué hora es?
Got it.
Es la 1:15.
Es la 1:15 or 15 works. Nice job on the cuarto, quarter of an hour, cuarto. All right, number 4 is 220. Asking. He is not here, so we're still getting somebody to ask. Emily is going to ask. Options are dwindling. Summer. Emily and Summer, can you guys unmute? What's the question?
Q hora S.
K hora S. Can I hear K?
Q hora S.
Son
K.
Go ahead. What's the answer?
son las 2:20.
Nice. Son las 2:20. Bravo. Okay, asking. Everybody's going to get picked today, it looks like. Hannah is going to ask. Alexandra. And it is 9:40.
K hora S.
Son las 10 menos 20.
Ooh, son las 10. So she went up to the next hour, 10 menos 20.
Is that a way I could answer it too?
Yeah, there's another way too, except do you want to share that? Anybody want to share the other way? You could have just said it's 9 and 40. So son las 9 y what's 40? Cuarenta. Either of those two options are correct. All right. So las 9 y 40. If you go with the minus option, you got to go to 10.
Okay, well, she's back, I think.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
What happened?
It just kicked me out. I got booted.
Oh.
So from Zoom, weirdly enough, but kind of strange. All right, who are my last two people? Joe, let's have you ask Caillou.
¿Qué hora es?
12:50.
Wait, did he ask?
I didn't hear it yet. Joe,
¿Qué hora es?
there we go.
Es la una menos 10.
Es la 1 menos 10. Nice work. Anybody go with the 12:50 directly and want to share that? You could also do, again, it's longer. Son las 12. I'm typing it in the chat. Y 50. All right, that option is correct. Or the shorter way we were talking about today, as la 1 menos 10. All right. Okay, we thank you guys for sharing out on that. We're going to definitely be doing many more breakouts. So if you can get in the habit, once you get in your group, start talking. A lot of times we're going to shorten up that time period as well. All right, we're going to introduce you to a couple things before we are done here today, since you guys only have a virtual day with me tomorrow. So we are going to introduce you to a couple of nope, that's not what I want. Months and the days of the week. So I would like to hear from you guys, and we're going to unmute, and you are going to repeat them after them.
Enero.
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 First month of the year.
Febrero.
Febrero.
Febrero. Remember your vowels. A, E, O, U, and that will help you.
Febrero.
Marzo,
Marzo.
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 abril,
Abril.
Abril. One more time. Abril.
Abril.
Uh-huh.
abril, mayo,
Mayo.
Mayo. It's not mayo that goes on your sandwich. Okay, so we got to erase
Mayo.
that. Mayo.
mayo,
Mayo.
Junio.
Junio.
Junio. J is going to make that H sound. Remember the H is
Junio.
silent?
Junio.
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 junio,
And guess what? Just change one letter.
julio,
Julio.
Julio.
Mhm.
julio, agosto,
Agosto.
Agosto.
agosto, septiembre,
Septiembre.
Septiembre. Here it is again.
Septiembre.
septiembre,
Septiembre.
octubre,
O sound.
Octubre.
Octubre.
Octubre. Let's do that again.
octubre,
Octubre.
Octubre. Let me hear O.
Octubre.
Octubre.
This is the toughest pronunciation, Octubre, because we start like in English, October, and that is not correct.
noviembre,
Noviembre.
Noviembre and
diciembre,
Diciembre.
Diciembre. All right, so we're going to be working with those months, and here are the days of the week. They start their week on Mondays. So yesterday was,
lunes,
repeat on lunes,
Lunes.
lunes, martes,
martes is today. It's like Mars Day. Mars bars days go, on Tuesday if you want to make that association.
miércoles,
Miércoles.
Miércoles.
Miraculous.
Nice work.
jueves,
Jueves.
Jueves.
Who it almost starts like. Jueves.
Jueves.
viernes,
Viernes.
Viernes. Viernes.
sábado,
Sábado.
Sábado.
Sabotage.
Domingo.
Sábado. Saturday of sabotage. Okay.
domingo,
And
Domingo.
domingo.
Go.
Domingo. All right. You're going to notice they are not capitalized. And we're going to work more with those. We have a little song as well, but I wanted to go over your virtual. So if you would take a look at your week here, week 5. So it should be the orange folder for week 5. And your virtual day here. Sorry. Mine is it's just a little slow today. So your virtual day here, you are doing a little bit of recording. You're writing some numbers out or some times like we were just working with, and then you're going to write out your phone number. So for that, if you open that up, I'm going to show you how to attach a file. So, ¿cuál es tu número de teléfono? You're working on Google Slides. The first slide is the instructions. The second slide is where you're going to put your information. So you're working with pronouncing your numbers, and you're going to be sharing your phone number with us. If you want to change a digit or 2, that's fine. And you are going to give the 7 digits. So I give my example here. You don't have to give the area code. I just gave 2, but I'm going to combine these. I don't want all the single digits. I don't just want to say 2131598, because then all you're showing me is that you know your numbers up through 10. And I want to know that you know your numbers through 100. So you're going to combine them. You're going to say 2, and then you're going to say 13, 15, and 98. So I would write the numbers, and then I'm going to write the words in Spanish. 2, 13, 15, 98. And then I'm going to use Vocaroo, and it's attached in the instructions there. Vocaroo, a little online recorder. You just hit the red button and it records for you. and then you can copy, you can either download it, but I think that this is the easiest. Copy that link and you just paste it. And when you click on it here, see if you can hear your voice. When we click on this one, we should be able to hear mine. I've just pasted it in there. And let's see. Mi número de teléfono es. And try to say that, don't worry too much. Mi número de teléfono es. My number of phone is, and then you're just gonna say your digits. 2, 13, 15, 98. And that is it, okay? And then you will submit it. So you're putting your recording into the slide. You can also try insert with an audio, if you can get that to work, and you have to upload an audio file to your Google Drive. So there's some possibilities here on what you can do for that. But Vocaroo is the link here for the online recorder. So that is probably the trickiest thing that I'm asking you to do, just because it's something a little bit new. Questions that you have for me there? Tomorrow you are doing a couple, we're gonna try Gimkit online. So you're gonna be playing Gimkit with all your vocab you've learned so far. Anybody played Gimkit before? Yes? No? Okay, time is up for us. So would you, since this is the only time I'm seeing you, if you have video capability and you want to give me a video, thank you, Shaylin, a video, goodbye. All right, and let me hear adios if I can't see you at least.
Adios.
Ciao.
Enjoy your extra days off. That looks good, Shaylin.